Hey, it's Fred from Influencer Unchained, and in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through a super simple and easy way to make money on YouTube without having to put yourself on camera or even edit videos. And I'm going to show you how to do this using only completely free tools with my step-by-step easy tutorial and how to never run out of interesting content to post. But before we get started, do me a quick favor and smash that like button to help this video out with the YouTube algorithm, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more cutting edge videos about making money online and digital entrepreneurship. Also, you can join my free Facebook group where I post resources and where our super friendly members support each other. And with that, let's get started with the video. So for this method, we're going to be doing a variant of the meme review channel, which has a great potential to do really well on YouTube because they can create content and optimize keywords around new trends. And as I've mentioned, you won't even have to put yourself on camera because I'm going to show you how you can create simple slideshows for these memes, copy and paste ready-made memes from the best sources, and even use an authentic text-to-speech tool to do the speaking for you. Now, for examples similar to this, you can actually check out this channel here called Cowbelly Studios right on YouTube, and as you can see, they've got 1.5 million subscribers just from doing this method. And so this channel obviously earns a lot from YouTube ad revenue, but even if you're just starting out and have a smaller channel that's not able to run ads yet, I'll show you yet another way you can use to monetize your channel. And here I'm not actually going to play this video for you just in case I get like an unlikely copyright strike or something, but basically what's happening here is they have memes which can be either images or text that show up one by one while being narrated by an automatically generated voice. So jumping right into the first step of this strategy, you want to head right over to reddit.com or even a website here called Redditlist, which actually compiles and ranks subreddits, which in case you didn't know are the individual message boards over on Reddit. And since these lists get updated very frequently, it's also great for finding out which types of topics are actually trending. And for today's quick example, I'm going to go over to the subreddit here called Today I Learned and just demonstrate grabbing a post to create a short video clip with. First of all, if we scroll through this subreddit, we'll see that it's basically just people posting random fun facts that they've just learned, with the ones on top usually being the most upvoted. And let me just find a good one we can use for this demo. Let's see. This one about Benjamin Franklin is actually pretty good. It says that Ben Franklin was such an incredible swimmer that he was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame in 1968, which is kind of interesting. And now I'm actually going to use a free Chrome extension called Lightshot to grab an image of this. So I'm just going to drag this around this quote here and end it off right here. And then I can just hit the save button near the bottom right to capture the image. You don't actually have to use Lightshot to do this because alternatively you can just press the print screen button on your keyboard to take a screenshot. But if you do, you just have to trim down your image afterwards. Also, a very important thing to note is that whenever you grab one of these Reddit posts, even though it's usually safe with lighthearted stuff like this and memes, as a rule of thumb, you should still save the Reddit user's name and give them credit in your YouTube description. For instance, if we look back at Cowbelly Studios' channel, they actually put all their references in a Google Sheet which is linked under their videos. And even though, again, I think the chances of you getting a copyright claim should be quite low, especially if you stick to the more popular memes or straight up facts like these, it's always better to err on the side of caution. Moving on, let's now go ahead and create our slideshow for our video using the completely free yet effective Google Slides. To get started here, simply click on the button on the left that reads Go to Google Slides, which will take you over to this page here filled with different templates if you want to use them, but for our intents and purposes, we can just go ahead and use a blank canvas to get started with. Well, technically, this here isn't really a blank canvas because I have been experimenting with this earlier for this video, but it is close enough and I'll show you how to make a working slide from scratch anyway. First up, if you want, you can change the color of your background. So here I have it as black, and by the way, by default it's white, and the reason I made it black is because I'm also using the dark theme for Reddit, which also by default is white. So you can either probably just keep it all the default color, which is white, or just use black for everything like I did. And up next, we're going to be starting up a new slide and deleting everything off of it to make sure that it's blank. And then we're going to go to insert on the top left here and then image, upload from computer, and grab that image we got earlier from Reddit, which is the Benjamin Franklin fact. So let me just find that file real quick for you and just insert it onto our slide here and actually expand it so that it fills. And with that, we can actually start animating our slide. So if we quickly take a look back at Cowbelly Studios' video, how they and similar channels do it is by revealing sentences or images one by one. Again, you can very well do this with memes with images as well. So coming back, we're going to be using a pretty cool method that I figured out, which is to first create actual rectangles to block off bits of the text, then have them fade out one by one to reveal the text. And so to do that, first we can head over to the shapes tool up here and then click on a rectangle and drag it actually over some of the text. So let's say we want to blot out the second and third line. So let me first drag this to cover up my second sentence like so. And then actually just copy and paste this exact same one and just drag it down here to block off the next part. And obviously this doesn't look the best, so we're gonna instead camouflage it by changing the colors to both black. And to do that, first I already have both of these rectangles highlighted, and then I just have to go up here to where it says fill color and change this to black. And apparently the borders also have to be changed. So let me just highlight them again and go to the border color and also change this to black so everything is completely hidden. And now to actually animate these rectangles to have them fade out to reveal the text, I'm gonna again highlight them for the third time and then right click to select animate here. And over here on the right, as you can see, we have two different so-called objects with their respective animations. And here, first you want to make sure that the rectangle animations are in the correct order because we want the first one on the top to fade out first. But on the right menu here, it actually looks like the first rectangle is animating second. So let me just drag this up to make it happen first. And then now I can actually change the animation style to make it actually fade out. And so to do that, we're gonna first open up the options here, and then instead of fade in, we want to do fade out. So it's gonna be in by default, and after we click, so we're gonna change the trigger here as well to on click, and then just actually close this and then do the same for the next one. So we'll do instead of fly in, we obviously want fade out. And then on click as well, which means whenever you click your mouse or press a button on your keyboard, you're gonna trigger this animation. And now we can actually test it out by clicking on the play button. So let me just try, and with the click of my mouse, it should make the rectangle fade out, and indeed it did. And for the next one, it also works perfectly. And now that we have the visual portion of this covered, we can then move on to creating the audio, which is even easier than this because we can just utilize a website called fromtexttospeech.com to automatically generate the spoken portion for us. So for example, we can just go back over to Reddit to find the post and just copy it up like so, and then go back over to from text to speech, paste it into the box down here, and then at the bottom, let me move myself first. We can actually select the language or the accent we want. So here we can choose US English if you want, and then you can also pick a voice. So if I'm not mistaken, I think John's is quite nice. So with that, I can just create click on create audio file down here, and that is pretty much it. And just like that, our audio file has been prepared, which we can just save by right clicking on this link. But let me first preview it so we can hear how it actually turned out.
Ben Franklin was such an incredible swimmer that he was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame in 1968.
So that was actually okay, but I believe there's actually a better sounding voice. So I must have been mistaken by thinking that John's voice was the best. So let me just select George's this time and go back here to copy this up and then paste it back in. And by the way, it says for the TIL abbreviation, it actually says till. So let me actually add periods between or after each of the letters to see how that turns out. So again, I can hit create audio file and just wait for it to process, and now we can preview the new version.
TIL Ben Franklin was such an incredible swimmer that he was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame in 1968.
That is much better. And now that I'm finally satisfied with this, I can go ahead and save it to begin preparations for the next step, which is creating our actual video. And for that, you actually need to download some kind of screen recording software like OBS Studio, which is completely free and is in fact what I'm using right now to record this very video. And so this here is how it actually looks, and here I have it set up in a specific way for my own intents and purposes. But the only two things you really need for this method under sources at the bottom left are the display capture and the audio output capture, both of which should be on by default. And now let me quickly show you how you can actually create your video. So first up, with OBS Studio, you want to click on start recording on the bottom right. So here I currently have it running because I'm recording myself, obviously. And then the main part you want to actually capture, which means, by the way, you want to cut out the rest, is you want to go back to Google Slides and then hit present. Oh, and also have the audio file ready here, ready to play. So I'm just gonna do this and then go to present real quick. And then I can just start up my audio file, which is at Groove Music. And so here I have my slides ready, right? So I'm just gonna quickly hit play and then quickly close it out. So I'm just gonna do this.
Ben Franklin was such an incredible swimmer that he was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame in 1968.
You see what I did there? So I basically queued up the slides, and then as the voice spoke automatically, I just queued up each sentence or additional sentence as the audio reached that specific point. And that is the gist of creating these types of video clips, except instead of having one slide and one narration, you would have a bunch of slides and perhaps a sound file that reads through a whole bunch of memes that you compiled, or you could also do them all separately if you want, then just edit them together. And to do your editing, pretty much any free editing software like Windows Movie Maker, which is what I use by the way, or iMovie if you're on an Apple computer, or you could just download something like HitFilm Express completely for free. And just to give you a very quick rundown on how HitFilm Express works and how you can edit your clips, for example, here I have opened up a new file, and then I can just drag in, for example, my clip I just recorded for Ben Franklin. So here we have my first clip at the bottom left here, as you can see. So you want to drag this into HitFilm Express at the bottom left. And for additional clips, you want to be doing the same thing, right? So let's say you have other clips as well, so you're going to be dragging them all into this little space at the bottom left. And with each of the clips you add in here, the first thing you want to do is to trim out all the unnecessary stuff, which in this case is the parts where our narrator isn't talking, right? So for example, for this clip, we're going to just highlight it, and then up here we have this tool called the trimmer tool, where you can actually set the start and end points of each clip. So in this case, I know that this clip, the audio of this clip starts at around 6 seconds. So I'm going to drag this little slider up to 6.5 seconds. And then on the left here, there's this little button that says set in point, which is where the clip should start. So I'm going to click that to make it the start point. And then the ending point would be, let's see, let me just test it out real quick. Okay, so this is actually safe. So let me just set the out point as this. And then to actually put it into our complete video, we're gonna hit this little button down over here, or this one that says insert clip. And by clicking on it, as you can see, this clip will have been inserted into the main canvas down here. And after trimming each of your clips and adding them into the main track here, you can then decide whether you want to add some transitions between them as well. So in order to do that, you want to go to the left tabs here to where there's effects, click on this, and then scroll to where you see transitions, video, open up the folder, and then select the transition you want, right? So usually I like to do something like dissolve, or let's see. And I think wipe is pretty good as well. But anyway, you can also do different transitions between, different clips. But whatever you decide to do, after you finish editing all of your clips, if you want to export the entire video, you want to go to the export button on the bottom right above my head. And just, also you can select the quality of your video. So up at the top, we have the export options here, so you can do the highest quality if you want, which is YouTube 2160p Ultra HD, and that'll actually be super, like a huge file that you'll create, but that may not be necessary. You can just do YouTube 1080p HD. I think that'll suffice for this type of video. So for now, I'm just gonna do that, and then hit the export button again above my head, and that will be pretty much it. And now that the video is done exporting, let me just demonstrate it really quick for you to see. So we have it right here.
Ben Franklin was such an incredible swimmer that he was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame in 1968.
Okay, so I actually kind of messed up here because the video's gone a bit too long. So my end point here should have been set for a bit shorter, so I kind of messed up there. But again, it's really easy. You just drag the slider and then click on the set out point, and then hit import. Or insert rather, and that is pretty much it, right? I think you get the gist. Also, you obviously don't have to show your face on the corner like I'm doing. I just have it because it's how my OBS studio has been set up for recording my regular videos. However, you could still spice it up a bit by, say, adding different slide styles by going over to slidescarnival.com and finding different templates for your Google Slides. Or you could also implement stuff like royalty-free music. And you'll be able to get some by going over to youtube.com/audio library, and then under the attribution drop down menu here, selecting attribution not required. This is very important, by the way, in case you don't want to get copyright struck. So you want to definitely select this to get your music for your videos. And next, I also promised earlier that I show you another way you can monetize your videos before you get to your 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers to be able to run ads. And that is by utilizing print on demand, and especially selling products related to certain memes or quotes that you're showing in your videos, or even perhaps based on a consistent theme or slogan you have on your channel. Specifically, with a website like redbubble.com, you can easily upload quotes or simple designs that they will then create actual listings for on their platform for t-shirts, stickers, coasters, and a whole bunch of other things without you having to do any of the work besides uploading your designs, including shipping and keeping inventory. All you need to do is to add extra slides into your videos to promote your products and your store, and include those links in the description. And for a full guide on how to create and upload designs onto redbubble.com, I'll link up another one of my videos below. Now, this method I show you today is definitely viable, as evidenced by the success some people already have gotten on YouTube, but ultimately, ranking on YouTube and really growing it into a good source of income takes a lot of time and dedication. For example, my channel is at over 100 videos now, and it's literally taken me months before it took off. And so that's why, alongside YouTube, I have been making money elsewhere, mainly using this method, which is the first link in the description box, which taught me exactly how to generate significant amounts of passive income by setting up specific and effective ads, funnels, email marketing, which sounds and is quite advanced, but the system actually provides so much hand-holding and even templates that I could follow along very easily. So if you want to fast track your success and create passive income as I have, I highly recommend checking out that link below. And with that, we have finally reached the end of today's video. If you found it helpful, remember to smash that like button to help the video out, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more cutting edge videos about making money online and digital entrepreneurship, just like this one. Also, do remember to join my free Facebook group, where I often post resources and our friendly members help each other. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.